Witam serdecznie na kanale CENTURION. Taki malutki jubileusz dzisiaj. I nie chodzi o datę, tylko o to, że teraz właśnie dzieje się 700. odcinek na kanale CENTURION. Chciałbym na samym początku bardzo serdecznie podziękować Wam wszystkim, że jesteście, w szczególności tym, którzy są od początku lub prawie od początku tego kanału. Dziękuję szczególnie za tą właśnie bezinteresowną lojalność, jaką wykazaliście się, w szczególności właśnie w komentarzach. Ci, którzy zawsze wspierali dobrym słowem, ci, którzy potem się pojawili, zaczęli wspierać dobrym słowem kanał CENTURION. Nie pozdrawiam tych, którzy odwrócili się plecami, mimo że kanał CENTURION wyciągał do nich rękę w mojej osobie i nie tylko. Po prostu wzmocnili się, nabrali subskrypcji i turn around. No ale nie zaskakuje mnie to, ponieważ nie zaskakują mnie postawy ludzkie w tym świecie. Rozumiem konformizm, rozumiem swoje ja, dążenie do jakichś tam swoich własnych, że tak powiem, celów. No a uwolnienie się powoduje wyszamotanie się, stworzenie, że tak powiem, klimatów nerwowych i lekceważenie, i tacy ludzie topią się jak śnieg i znikają. I koniec, wszystko. Jeszcze raz chcę powiedzieć, mam taką fajną koszuleczkę jubileuszową, dostałem w prezencie od jednego z widzów, który zna mnie osobiście. Dzięki Zającu, jeśli oglądasz ten film, bardzo, bardzo serdecznie pozdrawiam Twoją żonę, syna, córkę, rodzinę całą. Pomyślałem sobie, że na kanale CENTURION możecie znaleźć wiele rzeczy. Zacznę od ostatnich. Możecie znaleźć dowcip. Na razie jest taki, jaki jest. Na kanale CENTURION możecie znaleźć gotowanie w terenie. Różne fajne rzeczy, że miło pooglądać. No, chociaż niektórzy nie lubią oglądać CENTURIONa, prawda? Ale ja mówię o tym z punktu widzenia obiektywnego, a nie subiektywnego czyjegoś lub subiektywnego swojego. Inną fajną rzeczą jest też to, że na kanale CENTURION można znaleźć pokrzepienie w postaci pogadanek, które mają na celu gdzieś zachęcić ludzi do przejawiania określonych dobrych cech w życiu. Tutaj jeden z widzów kanału zadał pytanie ostatnio pod jednym z filmów, że czy zauważyłem, że jak jest mowa o tak zwanym szpeju, to jest większa oglądalność, natomiast jak mówisz o wartościach, to ta oglądalność jest mniejsza. Rozmawiałem z tym widzem przez telefon, bo mam kontakt, i powiedziałem, że no to jest sprawa też niezaskakująca, przykra, ponieważ ludzie, jakby dać im powiedzieć: słuchaj, staniesz się mądry, popracujesz tylko troszeczkę, staniesz się mądry, albo dostaniesz taki worek złota, prawda, pieniędzy. Wielu ludzi wybiera w takich sytuacjach coś materialnego, coś, co mogą uchwycić, bo nie znają wartości tego, czym jest na przykład mądrość, czym jest dobroć, cierpliwość, miłość, radość, mówiłem, tak, cierpliwość, życzliwość, łagodność, panowanie nad sobą i wszelakie inne wartości, które w bardzo, bardzo wielu pogadankach, wykładach były na tym kanale omówione. No i tutaj można znaleźć jeszcze jedną rzecz, haszczungowanie, pokazywanie lasów, fajnych takich rzeczy, miejsc, luźne rozmowy przy haszczungowaniach, ogniskowaniach, bushcraftowaniach, to można znaleźć na tym kanale. I to nie zniknie. Ale można jeszcze znaleźć, wiecie co? Coś, co wisi na mojej szyi. Czyli noże. Nieprzypadkowo założyłem jeden z najnowszych noży, prosto z SHOT Show. Tutaj mam podobnież. Teraz to w Laplanderze jest już, właśnie nawet. No, to dostałem akurat w prezencie. Bezpośrednio, prosto w prezencie centurionowy nóż. Teraz tak. Zapraszam Was na małe takie widowisko z okazji tego 700 filmu. Dzięki uprzejmości Daviego i Joe, tacy dwaj fajni przyjaciele, tam jeden z subskrybentów będzie mógł zobaczyć Kondora Bizonte, którego ja też właśnie czekam na niego. Natomiast co to jest SHOT Show, tak krótko? SHOT Show to jest taki zjazd miłośników noży i na tym zjeździe każda, że tak powiem, stajnia, tak to nazwę, czy to CONDOR, czy SI, czy Ontario, czy K-Bar, czy inne właśnie takie czy inne takie po prostu opcje związane z tym, co lubimy my, którzy lubimy noże, mogą sobie podejść, obejrzeć, zobaczyć, dotknąć, podtrzymać, porozmawiać z twórcami noży, porozmawiać, dowiedzieć się. Niektórzy tam sobie fotki cykają i tak dalej, i tak dalej. Ja osobiście powiem tak, że bardzo lubię oglądać gdzieś tam wywiady z Joe Flowersem, który zaprojektował bardzo dużo noży CONDOR. Chociaż moje ulubione noże ogólnie CONDOR to jest mój CONDOR CONDORów, CONDOR Hudson Bay. I to jest po prostu bez dyskusji, jak ja to mówię. Hudson Bay jest po prostu Kondorem Kondorów. No ale Kondor nie poprzestaje na tym, co dobre, fajne. Kondor Talon, bardzo fajny nożyk. No ale to tak tylko kajdeksik, bardzo fajny. Na tym filmie zobaczycie różne takie cudeńka. Niektórzy z Was wysyłali mi linki z nowymi nożami, podczas gdy ja już na przykład te noże miałem. Właśnie pokazałem tak 3 z nich choćby, a niektóre po prostu mam zamówione już zwyczajnie. No ale bardzo Wam dziękuję, bo podzielacie moją pasję w jakiś sposób. Cieszy mnie to bardzo, no i w związku z tym nie będę przedłużał. Zapraszam Was serdecznie na widowisko SHOT Show 2020 ze specjalnym podziękowaniem dla Daviego z kanału CENTURION za udostępnienie swojego filmu. I teraz bardzo bym chciał to zrobić, żeby Davey mógł zrozumieć. Davey, I want to thank you very much for your material from the interview with Joe Flowers about the CONDOR knives. Thank you very, very much. Centurion. Natomiast Was zapraszam na SHOT Show 2020.
Hey everyone, David C. Anderson from the Knife Center here, coming at you from SHOT Show 2020. Here at the CONDOR booth with my good friend Joe Flowers.
Hello Internet, how are you? Welcome to SHOT Show 2020.
He's got some cool stuff out here for us. Some of your designs, some other folks' designs.
Yep.
He's going to run us through a few of the new stuff from CONDOR for 2020.
So we're here with CONDOR for 2020, SHOT Show 2020. First day, still have my voice, so that's good. We end up losing our voice half the time from talking so much. So I'm going to talk to you about knives. I'm
You
gonna
like
tell you,
knives here?
I like knives.
Great.
I like cutting tools. It's much more convenient than chewing on things. True story. So, out of the pterosaur, when I first designed the pterosaur for CONDOR, I submitted 23 different knife blades that can all fit in the same sheath as the pterosaur, with some modifications, of course, here and there. And so the second knife in the lineup is called the Bush Glider, and this is more of a jimped hunting knife style. MSRP $50, so you could probably get it around $40 on the street.
So probably about the same price as the
exactly.
the pterosaur.
Yes, but this doesn't have a Scandinavian grind, full flat grind, secondary bevel, false edge on top. Don't worry, all you non-false edgy people.
And all the same colors too, right?
All the same colors. So we got black, we got green, we got orange for all you people who don't know how to rhyme with that word. And we also have coyote brown. So,
and you got that varnished finish on the outside to kind of protect that 1095 carbon steel, keep it from rusting. And even though this stands out, that really kind of blends in with our table there.
Yeah, you know what? the colors on this knife came through real well. And you'll see some more knives, maybe even coming out at Blade Show, mid-year releases. This is just a cool knife, ergonomic handle design, very ergonomic, no weird protrusions coming out of any sides, and yeah.
So if you like the price point of the Bush Lore, or sorry, it's another good CONDOR seller.
Just like them all.
If you like the ergonomics, the size of the pterosaur, but you're not a big Scandi grind fan, now you've got that same great economical knife, very robust with a more traditional grind, for Americas at least. More traditional.
Yes, for sure. And there will be more, for sure. You ready? I can't. Oh, I was gonna keep going with the rhyming, but I didn't. All right. So
what's next?
Lots of metal. Kukris, man. Kukris are fantastic. They're very popular, but it's hard for a factory to make a proper kukri design because they have all these crazy tapers. My kukris at home from Nepal, they're like 1/3 of an inch thick. So I hold that in your hand and notice the size versus weight ratio.
I was kind of swinging this in the air earlier, and this guy wants to hit.
Right.
He really wants to hit.
But I mean, as far as seeing a big old hunk of steel, would you consider that being heavy?
It's not lightweight, but it's not a boat anchor either.
Right. So the hard part about that was going through with all these Nepalese designs and seeing something called the chira. I'm probably screwing that up, but it's actually a large indentation in the kukri's classic design.
It's sort of like a big, wide fuller.
Yes, yeah, it is. It's a giant fuller. And so we figured out a process for putting a large fuller in here to make this almost like an I-beam, where it has really good structure, but not a lot of weight. So it's 1/4 of an inch thick with distal tapers, skeletonized handle. That's actually the size what most kukris are, right around that size.
Tapered tang as well.
Yes.
Another nice little feature.
Yes, so we're trying to keep it as stick tang as we can without actually making a stick tang.
Nice and comfortable.
Which is difficult.
Leather sheath with this?
Yes. Big leather sheath. It's on the table there. Just take our word for it. See a picture later.
Very nice.
So
nice. That's going to be 1075?
Yes.
That's going to be very durable, very hard hitting knife for sure.
Well, our other kukris were like the K-Tac were very popular. So we wanted to make something a little bit bigger that still had the heft of a kukri rather than a machete. So we have this guy, the CONDOR butcher knife, which is coming out this year. It does not come with the sheath. I believe it has an MSRP of around $30, so it's pretty inexpensive. Made for the chef in mind.
For the camp chef.
For-
now, a lot of people out there are going to say it, so I'll say it before they do. You're really going after the old hickory market with this, aren't you?
Well, I don't know, man. They've been these butcher knife designs have been around before.
True,
the
true.
old hickories have.
So we have the scales glued on.
Correct.
A little bit of protruding tang right there.
Yes.
So it's really cool. I like the angle up here too. It's going to make it a little bit easier to pinch right out the front there when
Yeah.
you're doing those slicing cuts.
And it has a walnut handle and is completely treated so that it's good with food safe prep and all that stuff too.
Very
So
nice. I like it.
that's
length of the blade. Are we at 7.5, 7 inches?
somewhere around there. I could like read out of the catalog. If it's not my design, I don't know half the specs on it. Sadly, I
We'll
need
have
to
all
get
the
better at
specs
that.
on knifecenter.com.
Right
However,
down here, all of it.
links in the description down
Yes.
there. Cool. I like that a lot. That's very cool.
We'll get you one on your desk by Monday.
Hey, all right.
So this guy is a lost Roman knife. This is actually a replica of a knife found in the middle of London while they were creating the new building for the Bloomberg area office. So they found what was called like the Pompeii of the North, this awesome, well-preserved archaeological treasure trove. And they had some really, really interesting ingots and things come out of there. But I saw a knife in there that was just like, huh, that's super duper interesting. And what it was a small neck knife. But I saw the lines on it. I mean, the knife that they found was like this big. I saw the lines on it and saw the really cool patterns and thought, you can't fight history. Some of those ideas are really cool. It had a large lanyard on the back, and so we made it into a 4-inch long, 4.5-inch handle outdoor knife.
I like the lines of it. It's going to have a nice sweeping cut.
Yes,
to
yes.
that edge right there. Kind of reminds me almost like some of the trade knives we used to see.
Except it
in
like
terms of-
predates him by like a billion years.
Exactly.
But so no,
A billion, exactly a billion.
Yes, 1 billion, not 5.
But yeah, I mean that's some of those like scalpers out there.
Yeah,
kinda reminds me
yeah.
of.
Well, you can
But-
see how this was like in the. I'll send you a picture of the old one that they found.
Yeah, we'll make sure to put that up.
Yeah, because it's
But
super interesting.
This thing, flat grind on there. This thing's ready to slice with that continuous curve to the edge.
Yeah.
That's just going to sweep through some material.
Yeah, I
like
can't wait to use. That's the first time I've seen the finished product ready to go. I'm sorry, I just love all the designs on the side because all of those are reminiscent of a lot of different cultures that are out there.
Very cool.
Tony Leonard's, one of our designers, came up with the little Bowie this year. You can feel the jimping on the back side. Check out the interesting handle and the ergonomics and topography.
So you kind of got some wide scallops going on
Yeah.
here.
And Leonard's is a biker.
It fits
He's
very well in the hand. I must
Yeah,
say.
yeah, he's all for ergonomics, and he's German, and he's actually a really a well-known survival instructor in that area. He's had designs with a few different people, actually. I believe Boker is one of them. So it's pretty cool to bring him out on the out on the floor and be able to give us some cool designs as well.
Flat grind, wide clip point shape.
Yes.
It's a little Bowie.
Yeah, it is. It's a Bowie that's little.
Very nice.
This is a Krakatoa folder. We have it in wood this year. We got some new equipment to be able to do interesting laser engravings. Now, this is a frame lock folder, and people wonder what the patent's for.
Yeah, there's a patent pending on this, and I asked Joe today, like, what's going on there? Because it looks like a frame lock to me.
Yeah,
Let us know.
It still is a frame lock, but our engineer Jorge looked at a frame lock and was like, he put it on a whole bunch of different devices to break it. A whole bunch of different frame locks. It would make a knife person probably cry how many frame locks we broke. And it was because of the stress going across the apex of the curve of the blah, blah, blah. Basically, it was breaking because it was so long. So there's a special little lock space there, which puts all the pressure on the back of the knife into this whole area of the knife itself.
Rather than back onto the
Rather
lock
than
bar.
all focused down to here. It puts it all through there. So we got at least like somewhere between 100 and 200 pounds more pressure pulling downward force.
You can see that's just a little tab, basically indenting into the back side or the upper side of that frame right there.
And he was really genius. Jorge was really genius when he thought about this. Here's one in the liner lock. Now, I wasn't there for the testing for this, but apparently there were some very cool results with the liner lock too. But because of copyright infringement. I don't want to say what our results were.
And this is the Blue River.
Yes, this is new this year as well. This is a Blue River. It has that kind of Navajo, Hopi Desert, Midwestern Native American.
Genuine
feel to it.
turquoise, or
It's that turquoise stone. There's turquoise in there. I can't remember what it's called.
it's a really
Semi-stone.
It's a really cool look, and we've got a wooden backspacer as well.
Yes,
which is pretty
all
cool.
walnut. It's 440 stainless steel. So and this is interesting enough. These are made out of 1095 high carbon steel because we wanted a 1095 Scandinavian folding knife, and there will be more in the future. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, this turned out real well.
Some really interesting file work here on the tip as well. Works for that. Works for the little fingertip grip.
Yeah,
get a little bit extra traction.
I haven't tried it yet, but I bet you we could get some kind of crazy fuzz stick action with those things here. Yeah, these are Q-tips that I pulled from Thing.
Yeah, so that file work, you can actually, he's using it right now, creating a little bit of fuzz.
It's making a little bit of fuzz. It's not amazing, but it was fun to try.
We'll clean it up before we put it back on the table.
Why?
Why? Never mind.
It's going to have blood on it and tape on it later.
This is another one. Again, like I always appreciate, just my personal preferences, I like those continuous curves on an edge. This is going to slice. It's going to be very nice indeed.
You probably would like this one. This is new this year as well. This is a wayfinder. It's another one of my designs, but you said continuous curve.
Yeah.
So I can see continuous curve going up and down this 1095 knife as well.
Got your bow drill divot there, right on the front. Feels really nice. Kind of a little bit.
Yeah, very esque. Sometimes I get
a similar slicing profile between both of them. Yeah.
Well, Morris Kahansky, rest in peace, said that helps with sharpening a bit because you can get more of an arc that way. I never personally really noticed it, but I can see how that can help in some cases too.
For sure.
Also depends on the type of stone. If it's a round stone, it definitely would help,
It's very cool.
So we also have this year coming out the Blue Havoc knife. So the Blue Havoc knife is another one of my designs. A generous palm swell on this one. I went a little bit different than some of my other designs.
Yeah, not a flat scale. We got a nice, nice ergonomic
swell, and it feels good to me, at least.
And it's nice and wide too. It really does feel or fill the hand, I should say.
Yes, yes. And we have a combination black G10 and black micarta made in El Salvador.
This is micarta.
Yes, made in El Salvador now.
With some nice white liners there as well.
Yes, getting that nice white bling to it.
1075?
Yes, this one will be 1075. And it comes with a really cool leather sheath system that becomes ambidextrous. This thing pops off, you can flip it over and go to the other side with it.
Very nice.
So,
very nice.
Trying to get that ambidextrousness.
Very cool.
So, pick another knife out here off the table that speaks to you.
What speaks to me? Well, as many of you guys know, as Joe as well, you know as well.
He speaks for himself.
I'm speaking Joe right now. I'm a big camp kitchen guy, so tell me about the camp chef.
Julio Diaz, an awesome knife maker, and he first came on to us. He first came over to CONDOR by getting into sheath making, but he's also a knife maker and has some really cool knife designs. So he made the Camp Chef. It has a notch to lift up on
it's like a pot hook, or
like a pot hook or something along that line.
That's a nice little feature. I was wondering about that.
Pinch grip. You can really cut. It reminds me of a lettuce knife.
Yeah.
So you can really cut the large vegetables that you'd find in a campsite.
Sure. Convex grind.
Yes.
Going on there.
And it has his cool sheath with all of Julio's features on it.
Nice micarta grip.
Yes.
There, very nice. Steel on this one?
That one is 1075.
1075. So, in addition to just that Camp Chef sort of thing.
That's 1095.
It's 1095.
Yes, yes. How does it smell? Does it smell like 1095?
More like 01.
Okay,
What's going on? Anyway.
Weird.
In addition to some of that, obviously you've got a lot of belly out here. You can do a big rock.
Yeah.
But you could do a lot of.
He brings the grind all the way back to the end there.
Skinning on larger game especially.
Yeah.
You can get
I would
really
skin a goldfish.
Joe would skin a goldfish. With this?
Yeah, I might try.
Oh my goodness.
The only thing he does say is that, it's not really meant for batoning with that notch there.
Yeah, that would kind of get in the way there, but Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of sweep there, man. Take down a bear, and that would probably do really well for you.
Yeah, it might get hung up with that, like on the side, but I think that's good. You almost want that for when you're gutting the bear.
Very cool. Talk to me about this guy.
That is another Tony Leonard's design. This is a Bushcraft Blitz. This has some more of our new micarta coming with it, the red micarta.
Is this a linen micarta, or?
Honestly, I'm not sure. It depends on what material that we're able to be getting. I believe it is going to be a linen.
It's got a nice bright red color to it.
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
a dulled out color.
And we're making that in-house, too.
Oh, really? You're making the micarta in-house.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Another knife with a good amount of swell.
Yeah, and you got the hollow pins on there, too,
Yep.
the hollow rivets. It's got a generous...
You know what that does? That
thumb
makes
jimping.
it a survival knife.
Yeah, you can survive now with this. It'll cut stuff better with those holes. Honestly.
No, speed holes. It makes it go faster.
Right, yeah. these are speed holes. Forget your delays. We have speed holes now. You know, and people say, oh, mounting it to a spear to use for spearing animals, that's like one thing, yeah, it could work. But honestly, mounting it to the end of a stick to get, you know, different types of for me, tropical fruits that are up high, or to cut down vines that hold up widowmakers that I just don't want over my tent. It does have some use that way too.
Sure, absolutely.
So with all the
I know
fun
for air crews out there, it was always like, well, if your pack is stuck up in a tree,
oh yeah,
that's an instance where that could be very useful to be able to do.
And you know Tim, right?
Of course.
You know,
do they know Tim?
Tim Stetzer.
Fantastic writer, good friend of the Knife Center.
He also is a designer of the LT Wright Bushcrafter.
And some Condor designs.
Yeah, he came in on the scalper that we have, and some other items too. But you know, one of the problems he has at one of his jobs is deer get caught up in soccer nets.
Oh my.
And walking up to the deer, they're not so calm about that, so sometimes you have to have it on a long stick. And you know, even Spyderco has that one serrated whale knife where they put it on a long stick to get nets out of whales.
Yeah.
Get whales out of nets. Anyway.
Nets out of whales.
Nets out of whales. It's a heck of a whale. Bushcraft tomahawk. I designed it. Wanted the tomahawk that you could bushcraft and throw with. It's got some interesting features, such as, now this is a prototype, it has a pin here. We're not going to have that pin on it later.
Okay.
So you can take it off, and you can also use it flipped over just like this for up close, up close axe work. Hardened pole on the back for smashing tent stakes. Honestly though, no matter what axe, this is just me personally, internet, no matter what axe I have, I always put a piece of wood in between the tent peg and the axe, just because I don't want this all dinged up. And it comes with a really neat sheath design that stems from my mentor, Steve Watts. I took a class with him where he made a really cool sheath style where it has a long strap that pops over through the side, and I can show it to you guys here later on. It's a good axe for the outdoorsman who has a lot of different uses for his axe.
Sure.
You don't see that a lot of times with some of the tomahawks.
Like I said, this one was pinned because it's a prototype. Is it going to have a standard wedge in the top?
No, not because it's going to be like a classic throwing tomahawk where you can pop it out and make a new handle.
Okay.
Or if you want to make it longer, like a border's axe or something along that line, you can. Or God forbid, if you want to make it shorter, it's your call. So that'll pop out. You know, that's the important part about tomahawks is you want to be able to make a new handle very, very quickly if you have to. And I've been in a couple situations where I'm like, want to get rolling with it. So you want to be able to make a handle real quickly, especially if you have a lot of hickory around like where I live. So it's a good feature.
Very cool.
Those guys knew what they were doing back in the trapper days.
All right, we've got one more thing on the table right now.
Yes. Now this is a special.
A little bit different for Condor.
Yes. This is a special. This is a World War II limited edition commemorative knife. It's not going to be in our catalog. There's only going to be a few made. But this is the first time we've done stacked handles. You can see the laser engraving on it. It's nickel plated and engraved, and it comes in an awesome commemorative sheath. It also has, if you do decide to use it, a smashing pommel that's welded on the bottom. So that's an interesting thing about this knife. This is more of a commemorative piece.
Sure.
You know, I'm sure it's since we make it, it could take any outdoor use. but this won't even be in our catalog. This is just for special.
Now,
This is just for this year.
Was this modeled on a particular World War II knife that you maybe had an example of, or is it just kind of Condor's take
It's
on
just Condor's
the
take on
quote-unquote K-bar genre?
Yeah, more or less.
The
Just,
Mark II fighter.
Right. You know, and if you look at that, the handles of this one are shaped very differently. It's got swells.
We
on
actually
the
have
back.
a palm swell on a stacked leather handle here, as
Yeah.
opposed to just the oval.
Yeah, and this was, you know, just something we wanted to try and experiment with, and that's why we made it a limited edition like this.
Feels very good.
Yeah, and it came out. I had no idea we were even making this until we had it here at today on the floor. So
Well, we discovered
super
this
neat.
together.
Yes,
How
yes,
cool
we
is
did.
that? Very
So
nice. Well-
very cool. And this is just commemorative for people who served in defense of our freedom. So they wanted to do something for that.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, that's everything that's in front of us right now.
Yes, there are more items. You
There's
can see
a
them on
ton of
Condor,
great
PK.
Condor 2020 releases.
Yeah.
We'll show a shot of the table back here.
They're all back there.
They're all back there, and they're on knifecenter.com.
They
If you
are.
want
You
to
can
see
find them there.
all of the new stuff, prices, specs, we're going to leave links in the description below.
Make sure
where
you
can-
ask for videos of him playing with them and using them, because I want to see him like cut himself and get it all over the camera. I don't want to see you hurt.
He's so kind.
Don't
we love
get
this
me
guy.
wrong. Don't want to see you hurt, but
Joe.
I say he needs a use video with this.
What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments.
Something really messy too, like watermelon and chickens.
Joe, thanks so much for
Thanks
taking
so much
time
again.
to show us all this stuff. Everyone, stay tuned to our channel for even more great SHOT Show coverage. We'll be right back with another video soon.
No i co myślicie? Fajne nożyki? Nawet ten jubileuszowy, nie? Też fajny nóż. Słuchajcie, oczywiście tych noży, które tam są, tam jest oczywiście ich o wiele więcej. Możecie sobie zobaczyć SHOT Show, a możecie zobaczyć na przykład kiedy Centurion już miał to i skąd. O. Także to jest piękna sprawa, tak na koniec. No i cóż, 700 filmów. Czasem trudno uwierzyć. No ale cóż, liczby nie kłamią. Dziękuję Wam wszystkim jeszcze raz za uwagę, za to, że jesteście, za to, że wspieracie mnie dobrym słowem i że więcej jest dobrego słowa niż tej przysłowiowej jednej małpki w dół, która po 15 sekundach to czyni, jak tylko film do sieci wejdzie. To jest taki mój żart na dzień dzisiejszy. Także tak to jakoś wygląda mniej więcej. No cóż, 701 film będzie po prostu następnym filmem, normalnym. I na ten odcinek Was zapraszam. Póki co, życzę tego co dobre, trzymajcie się ciepło, zdrowo, starajcie się, żeby dzięki Wam pojawiał się uśmiech na twarzach innych. Jeżeli będziecie widzieli ten uśmiech na twarzach innych, to na Waszej twarzy będzie gościł automatycznie. A jak na Waszej twarzy będzie gościł uśmiech automatycznie, no to podobno śmiech jest zaraźliwy. Tego Wam właśnie życzę. Pozdrawiam serdecznie, kończąc 700 film na kanale Centurion. To wszystko.